If there's something you've been putting off, cleaning, exercising, or even making that phone call, I want you to stay with me for just 5 minutes because something really interesting in your brain happens when you agree to start something for only 5 minutes, and it often changes everything. And while we talk about this, I'm going to make a 5-minute yummy surprise because it perfectly proves the point that good things really can happen in just 5 minutes. Have you ever noticed that the hardest part of doing almost anything isn't actually doing it, it's starting? It's not the cleaning, it's not the workout, it's not the task itself. It's that moment or moments when we're standing there negotiating with ourselves, thinking, I really don't feel like doing this. So today I want to talk about something incredibly simple and surprisingly powerful, the power of 5 minutes. Here's the concept. When you're procrastinating something, cleaning, exercising, organizing, making that phone call, starting a project, instead of telling yourself, I have to finish this, try telling yourself, okay, self, just 5 minutes, and then I can stop. And this part matters. You're not tricking yourself. You're not secretly promising more. 5 minutes is the agreement. And here's where the brain comes in very simple terms. When we think about a big task, our brain can interpret it as a threat. It feels overwhelming, uncertain, uncomfortable. So the brain tries to protect us by avoiding it. That's why procrastination isn't laziness, it's self-protection. But when you say just 5 minutes, your brain relaxes. 5 minutes feels safe and manageable and non-threatening. And once you start something, your brain begins releasing dopamine, the motivation and reward chemical, simply because you've taken action. Your resistance lowers, momentum builds, and very often when the 5 minutes are up, you think, well, I might as well keep going. But here's the most important part. If you stop after 5 minutes, that's not failure. That's still success because you kept a promise to yourself. And every time you keep a small promise, you build trust with yourself. And that trust is far more powerful than forcing discipline. I mean, look at this. In less than 5 minutes, we're going to have cake. I'd call that a win. This idea reminds me of something Dr. Rangan Chatterjee talks about, his 5-minute morning workout. He encourages people to commit to just 5 minutes of a few simple movements while their coffee is brewing. That's it. No pressure, no guilt. And even if that's the only exercise they do all day, they still feel proud because they kept a promise to themselves. And what usually happens is that 5 minutes sparks motivation, it creates a sense of accomplishment, and often leads to healthier choices throughout the day. Because you start the day thinking, I did something good for myself. And that identity shift, I'm someone who shows up for myself, is very powerful. Let's really put this into perspective. Here are 5 things that can happen in just 5 minutes. You can tidy one drawer or clear one surface and immediately feel calmer. You can stretch, walk, or move your body and wake everything up. You can make your bed and pick up a few clothes and completely change the energy of a room. You can sit quietly, breathe deeply, and reset your nervous system. And you can start something you've been avoiding and realize it's not nearly as bad as you imagined. And apparently, you can also make cake. Five minutes isn't nothing. 5 minutes is something. And this doesn't just apply to productivity. You can rest deeply in 5 minutes. You can step outside, close your eyes, put your phone down, take slow breaths, and give yourself a pause. Probably very much needed. Every minute counts. So if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed today, try this. Don't ask yourself to do everything. Just ask yourself for 5 minutes, then stop or don't. Either way, you showed up for yourself, and that's how real change begins, in the small, kind promises we keep. I know that this probably doesn't look as good as it tastes, but it is really yummy. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm so very glad that you did. I hope this day brings you peace and positivity, and just 5 minutes of promises kept to yourself. Until next time, take care.